And we're going to talk about ActionScript just very briefly. Let's start an ActionScript 3 file. And here we have a timeline. A lot of times when we create stuff on the timeline, my workflow says I'm going to go ahead and create another layer. I'm going to name the top layer script, or actions is very popular. That's the norm a lot in the industries. And then I'll do something like, content. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll lock my script layer, so that'll prevent me from putting any sort of object on where I'm basically keeping my script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on that keyframe, and I'm going to click on actions. And it popped up in another on my other monitor. I have dual monitors set up, but you'll see an actions panel pop up. And this is where we pretty much put our script. So I don't know if you remember in our first video, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And what I'll do is I'll hit F6 to create another layer here, and another, actually I meant to do that the opposite way. I'm going to hit Control Z. I'm going to create another layer here, or another keyframe. So we have our different objects. So I'm going to create a circle here, and I'm going to create a different colored circle on the first keyframe. So when I run my movie, it's doing its funny little blinky stuff at us. But what ActionScript allows us to do, it allows us to do certain things that manipulate the timeline. That's very popular with whatever application you might be making in the future. So I'm going to right click on here. Even though it says it's locked, you still can script on it and go back to actions, and it brings up my actions panel. I'm just going to give it a quick stop command. That is it. Stop. That is the stop method that is a derivative of the movie clip class, or the movie clip. Well, it comes from a class of imports that's we will talk about in a later video. But anyways, you see it pop up in blue, and with the open close paren, you to pass an argument or whatever. Not typically is what we do for this in this case, but if we run our movie again, you'll see that it stops on the first frame. And as we progress in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to create a condition that will move this to the next frame. And that's what we're talking about here. So while this is running, this is sitting. I'm going to move this over so you can see everything. This is sitting on the first frame. And it asks me to unlock the layer. I'm going to say no, it's sitting on the first frame. But if I go to the second frame, that's what I want it to do. So just real quick before I end this video, if I come back to my script and I say go to and stop, and I tell it to go to frame 2, and I close this out and run my movie again, and it stops at frame 2. It just overlooked frame 1 and went straight to frame 2. So that is the point of this movie, is that just a brief introduction into what ActionScript can do. We're going to talk about what ActionScript is in the next video, and then we will progress.